Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we have seen the roadmap for data engineering. So when I say roadmap, this is the flow that we have to follow. So first we will be learning SQL, followed by Python, and followed by data warehousing concepts, and where we'll be focusing on Hadoop Spark. And as part of the cloud computing, we will first focus on Azure. So this is what is a roadmap. And I told you it's a 100 days session, but it will definitely go beyond that. So today is the third class. So Thursday and Friday we have seen the master class, that is demo on what is this data engineering and what we do. And from today we will be learning first subject, that is going to be our SQL. Okay. Now I'll tell you a good news. If you are good with Python and SQL, if you are good with Python and SQL, your 50% of your data engineering is done, right? Your 50% of your data engineering is done. So this Python and SQL, how are you going to replicate for your projects is what is the next 50%. What are the right services to use and how are we going to reach on top? That is what is really matters. So focus on this. It comes with coding. Both SQL and Python comes with a bit of coding, but I'm assuring you from the day one, if you're practicing and if you are like in line to what I'm in doing, data engineering is very easy. Okay. So let's get started with SQL. So what do you mean by SQL? So SQL stands for structured query language, that everyone knows. So what is that unique explanation that I can give you is, as part of every subject, I always have a habit of talking about the history, why it is important, okay, and what we can do with this SQL. And I'll also start with a layman explanation. Okay, when I say layman explanation, anyone can understand that example, so I'll put it in that way, and then we will see what database that we are going to learn. Okay, now first of all of our information is stored somewhere, right? Where it is stored? It is stored in a database. Right from your details, employee details, or even Aadhaar card details, SSID, your age, your birth certificate. Even if you go back to your hospitals 20-25 years back when you were born, you go to your hospital and you just ask your details, they'll still share you, right? Because they have stored somewhere. Every single information has been stored somewhere. Where it is stored, the place where it is stored is called database. Now database is really needed because that is where you can handle all of your data effectively. You're going and booking a ticket, right? And at that point of time, whether the ticket is available or not, that information has to be stored somewhere, right? You go to Google, you search something, immediately you'll get a response. How are you getting the response? Something somewhere is stored. Remember the tagline, something somewhere it is stored, and that is why it is accessible, right? Now the good thing about a database is you can go and talk to a database. That's a good thing, right? So this is a database. You see, this is a database. Multiple systems can be connected to the database, and in this database a lot of data points are stored. And if you want to talk to the database, you have to talk to a database in one language. See, all the 50 plus guys are able to understand my language. Why? Because I'm speaking in English, right? If I'm speaking in English, every single person is understanding. But if I speak in maybe Kannada, Tamil, or Telugu, only a portion of the people will understand, right? Because not everyone is well versed with our mother tongue languages. So I have chosen a language where every single person understands. What is that language? It is English. So if I speak in English, you are from anywhere, right? You can be from any country, you can still understand what I'm speaking. Similarly, to talk to a database, you need to know one computer language. If you don't know computer language, how can you talk to a database? Now, what computer language that I am going to learn to talk to a database will be SQL. Some people call it as SQL, some people call it as SQL. It's up to you, however you want you call it. So this is a one and only language which you have to learn to talk to a database, right? You cannot talk to database other than SQL. This is the only language. This is the only language. Just like English is the only way that I can make communicate to everyone in this batch. Similarly, SQL is the only language which I can communicate to a database, right? Now, what is this SQL stands for? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. As I said, it's a language to talk to your database. Where database is where all our data has been stored, right? Now, if you want to do some operations, let's say that I have changed my phone number, I've changed my address, maybe I have to go and reschedule my meeting. So all of this, I have to go and change it, modify it, insert it, right? So all this you can do as part of your SQL commands. So whatever I say, the system will behave because I'm telling in its own language, right? If I'm telling it's in own language, the mother tongue of database is SQL. In short, I'm telling you, just like what is my mother tongue, what is your mother tongue, what is the mother tongue of this database? The database, you have to talk to a database with one language, and that language which I'm going to speak to them is SQL. Okay. Now, here it is a storage place where you have data to be stored. Okay. The best example I can give you is, let's take a device which stores the data. So maybe you all have used in the past, okay, we use as a pen drive. What do you mean by pen drive? Pen drive is a device which stores the data. But pen drive, do you have only one brand? Definitely no. There is a Samsung pen drive, there is a Sony pen drive, Transient is there, and maybe many are there, right? There are many brands of pen drives. Similarly, if you take a database is also something which is storing your data, but you have different brands. One is Oracle database, one is Sybase database, one is a SQL Server database, right? You will have varieties of brands. Just like a pen drive has a different company brands, a database also will have a different companies. So you may ask me a question, what if I go to a Oracle company, what if I go to a Sybase company? They will definitely use their own database, but by learning SQL, will I be able to communicate to all the database? And the answer is yes. For a minute, let's focus this as it's not a SQL class. Let's focus on this is a communication class where I am here to teach you spoken English. Okay. Now, imagine I'm teaching you English grammars, like let's say the sentence formation, everything I'm teaching, right? If I teach English, will you be able to survive in any country? The answer is yes. Maybe the way I speak may differ. For example, today I'm in India. I'm speaking with you in a very normal English. I'm not using any fancy words. I'm not using any like complex vocabularies, right? It's a very simple English I'm speaking. Do you think the same way I'll speak in my office meetings? Definitely no. In the next 1 hour, my tone will change, right? I'll be dominating it. The reason? I'm a manager. I have to take work from my team. So my way of speech will be different. And in the evening time, I have a office calls, meetings with my clients. Do you think I'll speak with the same face? No. I'll be adding some vocabularies. My grammar will improve. My way of styling will be different. Okay, I'll use some complex words. My slang will change, right? The reason? Because I have to talk to a US people. So whether I'm talking to a US people, UK people, or anyone, I'll change my language accordingly. I have a client in Sri Lanka also. So Sri Lanka, they're not well versed in the language. They speak very slowly. You would have seen the Indian, cricket players also, Sri Lankan cricket players also, they speak very softly, and they speak very slowly word by word, right? They're not well expert in English, but we can understand. So if I have a client in Sri Lanka, so whenever I'm speaking, they'll not even understand. I have to go very slowly in the sense, this is actually a table. This is what we query. I have to speak in this way. Only then they'll understand, right? But if I'm talking to a US clients, I'll just say, yeah, this is the one which we have to do, and this is a place where we have to go and write the code. My way of explanation, the way of presentation will change. Now, what has changed here? just the way of speaking, but English is not changed, right? This is a concept I want to bring to you. Wherever I go, whichever country I'm going to speak, the way I speak is different, but language has not changed. Language has not changed. English is always English, right? Now, if you're all thinking, if I want to talk to Oracle database, which language will I use? If I want to talk to a Sybase, which language I'll use? If I want to talk to a SQL server, which language I'll use? Well, the answer is very simple. You take any database in the market, the only one language that you will be going and using is SQL. Small syntax changes, small way of writing code will change, but 95% of your times your SQL will remain same even if you're talking to any database which is in the market, right? So the understanding about this slide for you is, we are going to learn a language. That language name is SQL. With that language, you can talk to any database with small corrections. With small corrections. Okay. Now, with this, let's look at the how the data will be stored in a table. Imagine whatever the information that you have, your name, your address, your phone number, your email address, your passwords, everything in the backend, it is being stored in the form of a table. What do you mean by table? The table which you see the outside, the physical one, this is a table. Now in this table is what we are going and storing the records. For example, let's say recruiter, what is his degree? What is his functional area? What was his maximum salary? What is his minimum salary? We are storing in a table. This entire object is called table. In this, see, my name is Santosh. Your name is Soumya. Maybe your name is Mahesh. Now your name is Krishna. So names are different, but the column feature is name. So like that, we have a position title. Everyone has a position title. Everyone has a educational requirements. Everyone has a maximum pay. So what you see on the top, which is bold, this is called columns. This is called columns. Some people call it as columns. Some people call it as fields. So let's stick on to one we see as a columns. So this columns is a common for everyone. When I say name, name is available for everyone. Age, it is available for everyone. Maybe my age is different, your age is different. That is individuals, but the column name is for everyone, right? So like that, we have a column name, we have a table. Within the table, we have a column name. And let's say I focus on only one person, is an executive assistant, is an associative degree, human resource. So I'm focusing on only one row. It is called a row or a record. For example, my details, my name, my age, my address, my phone number. It's a one complete detail. We call it as a row. And if I'm specifically focusing on one value, what is software engineers salary? I'm focusing on only one data, that is actually called a data point or a data value. So you will be keep on using this, but the reason why I brought this right away is you have to understand how you are storing the data in the backend. In the backend, the data will be stored in the table format. In the table, we have a column, and in that table, we will have every single row as a one record, right? Now, this is how the data will be stored. If I'm learning any technology, if I'm learning any technology, it is always important to understand where we use this in the real time and how it is going to be important to us. Okay. And in fact, we should also understand what is the usage of this subject. We have done a lot of research. We have talked to a lot of clients. We have talked to a lot of working people. Even I am a working person. So I've been interacting with a lot of clients. What I've observed is SQL stands on top with 55% of usage where we really wanted to do some data processing, data cleaning, right? The second top goes to Python, right? Python is also most widely used with 16 to 17%. So these two subjects, if you're aware of it, then we can start doing the data processing. So 55% of all the projects, clients, domains, everyone is using SQL. Then you should be wondering, what is there in SQL? Why it is important? Why it is important? What specific or unique specification that this subject has? And that is why it is on top. Why? Right? Now, before learning any subject, though this slide I don't like it, but it is something which I want to tell. Learning any subject, always try to figure out what is the history. Maybe no one will ask you in interview. In interview, no one will ask you when SQL was launched, who launched SQL. No one. But this is a respect that we give to a guys who have implemented this. So SQL was launched in the year 1970 and which was officially called as SQL. Okay. But later they changed from SQL to SQL. So it's up to your wish. However you want, you can call. Even now we are using both the names. Some people call it as SQL, some people will call it as SQL. And this was launched by Raymond Bronze and Donald Chambrill. Okay, don't need to remember all of this, but I want to tell you this because 1970 and we are in 2025, right? So 1970 means 30 years in that and 25 years in this 21st century. Totally 55 years. It's been 55 years that the subject was introduced. That this technology was introduced. 55 years. And you know what? You know what? It's been 55 years and this is still holding the position as the top position. Then there should be something unique, right? Why this technology has been in demand even after 55 years? This technology is in demand even after 55 years. Why? So you should be there should be some special characteristics why this isn't famous, right? So let's focus on why this is important to us. Even today, right? So even 2025, maybe even after 5 years I can say this, SQL will still be in demand. Why? Let's find it out. To understand why this is very important, there are two concepts which I want to tell you. One is actually OLAP and one is OLTP. At the first, you may not understand this slide, so we'll try to give an example and then we will come back to this slide. Okay. So just understand there are two ways of processing. Okay, just understand that there are two ways of processing. We'll have a shortcuts OLAP and OLTP. So let's figure out what is this OLAP and OLTP. Now, before even I talk about this OLAP and OLTP, I'll give some examples. Imagine you want to book a ticket. Imagine you want to book a ticket. So there is a popular website called Redbus. There is a popular website called Redbus. This is very famous in India. The guys who are in India will know it better. If you want to travel, we always prefer Redbus. Redbus is where you can go and book the tickets, right? So just say that, imagine I open a Redbus, okay, and imagine that from Bangalore to, let's say, Hyderabad, I'm traveling on 9th. Okay. So this is a Redbus, India's number one online bus ticket booking site. So I want to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad on 9th January and I'll go and search the buses. So we have 216 buses that is there available for us if I want to go and travel to Hyderabad, right? Now I can filter it. Maybe I can filter it based on ratings. I can filter it based on the departures. Okay, let's say this bus is very good. Uh, Bharat Benz AC sleeper, KMS Roadways. It starts at 9:45 near my place and it reaches the next day morning 7:30. Excellent rating. 4.9 is a rating. Out of 526 people have given the rating. There is what is a rating. So what I'll do, um, the number of tickets open is 26 tickets are open now. So I'll go and see view tickets. If you see here, this is what is a tickets that I can book. Okay. So each ticket has a certain price. Imagine that I'm booking this ticket. I'm booking this ticket. So imagine that I'll give this and I'll get drop here and I'll go and book the ticket here. Okay. Now, the one which I've selected, it is actually a dark grade. That means if someone goes and logs into a website now, all the other guys who are staying on the other side, just go to a red bus, book the same ticket, Hyderabad and Bangalore to Hyderabad, where I've taken the KSM. It looks like a KSR. KSM Roadways. So here, if you go and try to book it, you will not be able to see this ticket. I have not booked yet. I have not booked yet. But if you go and see this ticket will not be available for you because I have already started the transaction. I've already started the transaction, right? Now, if I go to a proceed to booking, it will ask you all details. It will ask you all details. Maybe it is 3,000 rupees as a ticket. Now, if you guys go and see the same ticket, it will not be available. The reason? Because already it is in progress. Maybe they will give some 10 minutes time. Maybe here it is not visible, but if you are opening in your mobile app, if you're opening a mobile app, there will be a timer that will be running. Have you all observed that? We have to book this ticket in 4.5 minutes or 4 minutes. You will be shown here. Here it is not showing. But in your app, when you go and book a ticket, right, it will show you, please complete the booking in the next 3 minutes or 4 minutes, right? Now, why this time? Because until the 3 minutes, the seat will be hold for me. Okay, if that 3 minutes I'm not booking, the seat will be released. So the next guy can go and book the ticket. Now, all this is happening because it is a time based sessions. We have to complete these transactions in the next 3 minutes. See, I cannot go block the ticket and I can come tomorrow and book it. That is not allowed because tomorrow my plan can change. So maybe if I book it, there is a way to cancel it, but I cannot block these tickets for a longer time, right? I cannot say that, hey, today you block this window seats, which is a lower berth. Tomorrow I'll come and book. They'll not allow. That is not literally possible also. They will give you a timeline. With that timeline is what you have to finish it. So that timeline is what I am showing as you have to book a ticket. That means every transaction is online, right? It will go and change effect immediately, right? So this is one example. Okay, so this is one example. Now, this is a popular book my show portal where this is a theater where this screen is this side and I want to book a tickets. So imagine that I am booking the ticket number 12 and 13. I cannot block a ticket now. I cannot block a ticket now and I cannot come back after 2 days and book. No, you have to book it immediately. Maybe there will be a timer. Within the timer, you have to book the ticket, right? So all this type of transaction which needs immediate effect, this is called OLTP. OLTP stands for Online Transactional Processing. OL stands for online, T stands for transaction, P stands for processing. So all these transactions which will not wait for a longer time is called OLTP transactions. I have told you there are two ways of processing. One is OLTP processing. What do you mean by OLTP processing? Which will not have any bigger time. You have to immediately close the transactions. Okay. Now, more than these two examples, because at least for book my show they give 5 minutes and redbus they give at least 10 minutes to book a ticket. This is at least required some time. But let's say I'll go and send some money or I'll scan it on some UPI code. So nowadays everyone is turning to be a digital world. So everyone is doing some transactions over digital. You go to a shop, you scan it. You want to send money, you scan it, right? That's what you do, right? Now, imagine there is a person with a balance 6,000 and he is actually scanning on the scanner. The moment he scans, 2,000 rupees has been sent to that shopkeeper. The balance has to reduce to 4,000. The balance has to reduce to 4,000. Okay. Now, imagine another example. Imagine you are person A and there is a person B, your friend. We are actually sending money to this person. Nowadays, we have lot of applications, right? We have lot of applications. We have GPay, we have PhonePay, we have Paytm. Lot of ways you can send money. Imagine a guy who's sending money to another person, 2,000 rupees. What immediately should happen? Just within the seconds, the transactions will be completed, and this amount which you see as a 6,000 and 4,500, this will change to 4,000. The other person's amount will change to 3,500. And you know what? You know what? This happens in very much a fraction of seconds. It happens in very much fraction of seconds. Within 30 seconds, you can send money to anyone who is using the similar app. There are certain transactions which will get failed. That is different. I'm talking about only the successful transactions. If a successful transaction has been completed, the next millisecond, this amount has to change it. If it is not changing, something is wrong. You may not get message. For example, you go to ATM card. You go to ATM, you put your ATM card, put your pin, put your amount, you withdraw some amount. You may not get an immediate message that your amount has been debited or credited of this much amount. You may not get it. That depends on your network. But you go to a bank, you check the statement, you go to an online bank transaction, you check your balance, the next second, the amount will be detected. Okay. Now, I'll ask you one question. You tell me, what is the consequences you may get it if this is a case? What is the case is, Saturday late night, I have withdrawn 5,000 from my ATM card in ATM. Okay. Now, now Saturday midnight, I have taken the ATM card, I have withdrawn the amount. Sunday, it's a bank holiday. So banks don't work on Sunday. So in that entire day, my transaction was not updated to my balance. What could have happened? Anyone? I repeat my question. I have done some ATM transaction. That amount is not changed in my bank balance because yesterday was a Sunday bank holiday. If this balance which I've taken in ATM, it is not updated for one day, what is a consequence that can happen?
You can withdraw more money, Santosh.
Multiple.
That balance will not be reduced. You can withdraw the amount more.
Very good. If the balance is not updating, the consequences, you still see that the same number and you keep withdrawing 5,000, six
Yes.
thousand, 7,000, 8,000. Every hour you go and withdraw, hoping that Monday morning only banks will update. But Monday morning, when banks come and see that you have done a lot of transactions and you have done a lot of transactions than your balance, has anyone see your balance going in negative? Minus 5,000, minus 10,000, minus 15,000. Has anyone seen this in your bank account? Has anyone seen your bank balance going in negative?
No.
No,
One time,
most probably no.
It is literally not possible, right? The reason is because it can be anywhere. It can be anything, right? It can be bank holiday. Even if there was a tsunami, even if there is an earthquake, whatever happens, banks will still run. right? So every single transactions, they will go and update immediately. Now let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. The moment you send the transaction or you make the transaction, I'm not even talking about seconds, I'm talking about next millisecond, the banks will update the details. And you know what? You know what? The background that how quickly the transaction happens is the real culprit who is helping us to do this fast transaction is it's none other than SQL. SQL is a way to do all the fast transactions in the backend. Today, you go to a ATM, you put your ATM card and you put the amount and you'll get that sound, the notes counting sound, right? Most satisfying sound. The notes getting counted in the ATM, you'll get that sound, right? The amount would have still not come to your hand, but by the time you would have got a message that this much of amount is depicted. That's the fastness. That's how in the milliseconds we are working with billions of users, we are working with billions of customers, we are working with lot of transactions, but the next millisecond the account will get changed. That's how it has to be fast. And who is actually helping us to make this much fast is it's none other than SQL. Okay, which is the fastest running animal? Anyone?
Cheetah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is there any other animal who can beat the speed of cheetah?
Horse.
Horse. Is there any other animal who can beat the speed of cheetah?
No.
No. So the fastest running animal is cheetah. There is no other animal in this universe who can beat the speed of cheetah. Right? Let me tell you, there is no other technology in the world who can beat the speed of SQL execution. I always relate SQL to cheetah. There is no other technology in this universe who can beat the speed of other processing tools. SQL has always been considered as one of the fastest processing unit. It can change the transaction, it can change the updates, it can change the inserts, it can do a lot of things in milliseconds. And that is why I've told you in the start as well, even after 55 years, even after 55 years, still SQL has been considered as one of the topmost technology, and 55% of all the companies are still using because of its fastness. And that is why this is in demand. Okay, I have answered you the question why it is important. It is important because there is no other technology which can match the speed of SQL execution. Very fast. If you're asking in the background how your bank account is getting changed, how it is getting updated immediately, it's all because of SQL. Okay. And the one which we are talking about is OLTP. What do you mean by OLTP? Online transactional processing. So what do you mean by online transactional processing? I am doing certain transactions online. Could be a ticket booking, or it could be ATM transaction, or it could be sending money to someone. It cannot wait, right? It will not have any cooling period. Let it be Sunday, let it be festival, let it be Christmas, let it be New Year. It can be any day. It cannot take a break. It is like your heart. Your heart doesn't take break. Your brain doesn't take break. Yeah, at least your brain can take break while you're sleeping. It does not think. But your heart has to work 24/7. Similarly, your SQL transactions doesn't matter which day it is, every day, every single second, it has to keep on processing it. That is how the real data has been captured. So there is no other technology which can match the speed of a SQL execution. And that is why even today, even after 55 years of the technology invention, this has been still considered as one of the topmost technology in this universe. Okay. With this, let's look at the other side. This is a OLTP example which I have given, which cannot wait. The next second it has to go and update it. Okay. Now, I have another example. Okay. How many of you are regularly using your Netflix? How many of you are using Netflix?
Yes,
What do you do in Netflix?
we are watching movies and games.
You're watching movies. Okay. Uh, Nowadays, the recent generation, right? 20K kids, they have everything, right? They have Netflix, they have Hotstar, they have Prime and all. You know what? In my generation, in my generation, I was literally struggling and I was fighting with my parents to get some cassettes for watching your movies through DVD players. Do you all know this DVD players? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
Literally, I used to see the movie in this. That also the theater print, the CD will be there. DVD CDs. See, do you all remember this? I still have it.
Yes.
Yes.
I used to watch movies in this. And we have to take that CD for rent. We will watch the movie and we will give it to someone. Because those times, parents will not take to your theaters every now and then, right? It's costly. The tickets are costly. So we bring the 10 rupees, 20 rupees CD for rent. Everything we watch, we'll close all the windows, switch off the lights. What a life it was. But nowadays, you ask 2K kids. Any 2K kids in this batch? Any 2K kids? When I say 2K kids, you should have born after 2000. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone 2K kids? Surprising. Not even a single person?
two two kids.
2K kids. Any 2K kids? Okay. You go and ask any 2K kids what is this DVD player, they'll not tell. In fact, they'll not even know it. Right? I recently asked my cousin also, do you know what is this? I said, I don't know. I've never seen this. Right? Another one which I usually used to have, even now I have it, is Walkman. Do you know this?
Yes.
Yes.
And you go and ask this guy, what is this Walkman? They'll say, what is this Walkman? The name itself is like Walkman. Right? They'll not know it. So that's how things have changed. I don't know why I went here, but I'll come back here. I was talking about Netflix. Now, in the recent days, everything is online. You go to a Netflix subscription and you watch some movies, right? See, just imagine, I'm not a Netflix user. Okay, I don't have account. Imagine I'm having an account today. For the next 3 4 days, or even for the next 1 week, imagine that I'm watching certain movies, like maybe romantic movies or biography movies, right? Or horror movies, right? I see it for continuously for 1 week. The next day, that is after 1 week, you know what? It will start recommending you movies because you watched red lights, because you watched orange. That means it is actually recommending me what type of movies I watch. It is actually going and helping me to give a decision. Now, this is something which we have to think. Hey, how come these guys know what movies I need to watch? Because they have observed my activity for 1 week. In 1 week, they have observed what type of movies I watch, what type of horror movies, or maybe what type of similar movies I watch. And after 1 week, these guys are recommending me a movie to be watched. This is called recommendation. Now, do you think it can happen in 1 day, 1 minute, 1 second? Like you go and do a ATM transactions and immediately they go and give a message. Do you think it will happen like this? No. This type of transactions will be a delayed transaction, or I can call it as a analytical transactions. So this stands for OLAP transactions. What is this OLTP transactions? OLAP stands for online analytical processing. Analyze. They are analyzing it. A stands for analyzing it. They're analyzing what type of transaction it is, what type of recommendations I can give you. So that is where your OLAP stands for. So let's go back to the slide number 1. We have two type of transactions. One is online transactional processing, which cannot even wait for 2 minutes. For example, you're taking a withdrawing money, it can't even wait for 2 minutes, because in 2 minutes you can go and misuse it. So your online transactional processing has to be as fast as possible. Within milliseconds, it has to go and update it. Whereas online analytical processing, it can take some time. After 3-4 days, they will recommend you movies. After 1 week, they'll recommend your similar movies. So it can take some time. So something which takes time, we call it as an online analytical processing. Something which acts immediately, we call it as an online transaction processing. Two type of processing we have here. Okay. Now, I have another example. Okay. I have another example. Let me tell you what this example which I'm trying to tell you is. Imagine I wanted to buy a iPhone. Okay, imagine I wanted to buy a iPhone. So I just added to the cart. I added to the cart. Just give me a minute. Imagine I wanted to buy a iPhone. Which is the latest version? 15 or 16? I don't know.
16.
16 launched, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
September.
When it was launched? 16?
September.
September. What is the price?
It depends.
Around 75. Around approx
In
75.
India, it is 1.25 lakhs. And that also iPhone, there are different variants, it seems. Recently, my cousin has purchased, it is 1.25. Okay.
That is Pro Max probably.
Yeah, 16 Pro
Normal
Max.
16 is less.
Pro Max. Okay. So 16 Pro Max, let's say 1.25 lakhs. Does anyone have this phone?
No.
Anyone? Any single person who has this iPhone 16 Pro Max 1.25 lakhs phone?
No.
If you have this phone, why you will sit in my class? Do you agree? For a phone, if you can spend 1.25 lakhs, why will sit in my class? Do you agree?
No, it
Yes.
totally depends.
Is it?
Yeah. If we have an iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's not that we shouldn't learn anything or we shouldn't upgrade ourselves.
No,
It's
I'm
not
not
like
saying I'm not saying about learning. Why will you spend some time by paying here and sitting in the class with lot of patience? Right? I'm not saying
no,
about upskilling.
absolutely
I'm
not.
saying
No.
about the spending, right? Why will you come and sit here? You will join somewhere in maybe different
To clear the iPhone EMI.
sorry, what?
No, no.
To
Yeah,
clear the iPhone EMI.
Okay. So I was actually recently talking to a student who has come to my batch. Okay, I was asking him. Usually I talk a lot, so I was asking him, okay, why you want job? He was saying like I want to earn. Okay, I was just asking his financial background also. He was saying I have a BMW car. He's saying I have a BMW car. So my question is very simple. If you have a BMW car, why you want to learn data engineering? My question is logical or not? If you have a BMW car, if you have a own house, if you have a good financial background, why you really want to learn data engineering? Do you all agree?
Interest or passion. Maybe interest or passion.
Okay. Okay. Anyhow.
Maybe
Hmm.
maybe
Yeah.
he wants to earn more, whatever
Earn more.
presently he's earning, he's having BMW and etc. But still he's not satisfied. He wants to earn more. He wants to upgrade like that.
I mean, whatever. If I had a BMW car, do you think I'll come and teach? If I have a very good financial background, do you think I'll come and teach?
If you are passionate about teaching, then it is possible.
Yeah, it
Okay.
all depends on passion.
Okay. Great. Now let's give an example. Okay. Imagine I wanted to buy an iPhone, which is 1.25 lakhs. Okay. I first added to the cart. So cart is where you add your products to before buying. So I added to the cart. So we are all 90s kids, right? So before buying anything, we have to ask our parents. So I went to my mom and I told I'm going to buy this 1.52 lakhs phone. She gave me one stare. She asked me, "Are you mad? Are you mad to spend 1.45 lakhs on a phone that you never use it?" I never take photos, right? I'm not a kind of a person who keeps on chatting. No, I just attend calls. She started scolding. To attend calls, why are you spending 1.25 lakhs? Instead, invest in some shares, invest in some mutual funds, and invest in some gold. This is what suggestion she gave. I felt bad. So what I did, I removed from the cart. I thought of buying, but since my mom was not interested, I removed from the cart. For the next 2 days, I was like bit sad. You know, right? 90s kids, what we do. So when we fight with our parents, we start showing that in sleep and food. So I did not have food for next 2 days. I did not sleep properly. So she came and told me, okay, you buy one life. You're earning. You're earning well. So it's your wish. You buy whatever you want, right? So it's all about one life, right? We have only one life. So we have to do what we like. So she told buy it. So again, I added to the cart on day 2. Day 1, I added. Then I removed it because she was not interested. Day 2, I added because she was like, okay, why to more? I mean, I was in a mood off. So she said, okay, you can buy whatever you want. So day 2, I added. Now I went to my friend to get that review, whether this phone is good or not. I took a review because he is also using. And he said that no, it's only hype only. iPhones are like only like for brand, but ideally speaking, your Android phones are better. You have a lot of apps installed, you will get that user interface. Personally, I did not like iPhone. Don't take me wrong, but this is what is a feedback. Again, I removed from the cart. Third day, I asked another friend. He also told same thing. Third day, I have decided, okay, let them tell whatever they want. Let me buy it. Third day also I added to the cart. And fourth day, again I removed it. So I was been keep on adding, keep on removing, adding, removing, adding, removing. Finally, I dropped the plan. After 6 days, I dropped the plan. Because I got some mixed reviews, so I dropped the plan. Now this is my intention to buy or not, right? But you know what? Only if I buy, Amazon will make profit. Only if I buy, Amazon will make profit. So what Amazon is thinking now? See, forget about Santosh now. Now let's talk about an Amazon employee. What Amazon employee will think is, hey, what happened to this guy? He is coming, is adding to the cart, he's not buying. He is coming, is adding to the cart, he's not buying. He is coming, is adding to the cart, he's not buying. What is wrong with him? Let me give some discounts. So they'll scratch this and they'll make 99,909 only. Like what you see here, right? They'll scratch this and they'll give a new amount. You see lot of products on Amazon, they'll scratch the original price and they'll give you the new price. This is what happens. Now, you may ask, does Amazon make loss? Definitely no. They would have purchased for 90K from Apple Store. So they're still making a profit. For them, something is better than nothing. You were not ready to buy for 1.4 lakhs, but they don't know that you have not purchased because of this rate. You're thinking like, okay, maybe negative feedback or maybe it's very costly. But what this Amazon guys will do is they have observed your activity for the last 1 week. In 1 week, what you have done, you have added to the cart, you have removed from the cart, you have added to the cart, you have removed from the cart, you have added to the cart, from removed to the cart. So what they are thinking, what happened to this guy? Is he looking for discounts? Is he looking for cashbacks? Is he looking for some credit card options? Is he looking for some EMI options? Let me give some offers and let me make him to buy. Now they have made a 5-digit 9999. Now it will attract you. Now they will tend you to buy this because they'll actually provoke you to buy. Initially you thought 1.25 lakhs, but now less than 1 lakh. So you will start thinking, hey, it's less than 1 lakh. It's 25,000 they have given discount. And that is where you people get into trap. But what this 1 week these guys have done, Amazon guys, they have monitored your activity. They monitored your activity. How many times you're logging in? Which are the products you are seeing? What are you looking for? Are you looking for some colors? Are you looking for some extra accessories? Are you looking for some discounts, cashbacks, no EMI option? What you have done? Based on that, they will give you some offers. They will give you some offers. This is how Amazon works. This is how Amazon works. This type of transactions will not happen immediately. Today you add to the cart. Tomorrow you go and remove from the cart. Directly they will not give you any offers or discounts or cashbacks. They will wait for 1 week. They'll observe your activities and then they will give you the offers. Because they want badly to buy. If you buy only, they will make money. Is this clear? Yes?
Yes.
This is called online analytical processing, which will take some 3-4 days for analysis and then take a call. This will take milliseconds, like your ATM transactions. Okay. So, I want to give you one challenge. Okay? I want to give you one challenge. The guys who wins the challenge, I'll get you iPhone 16 Pro Max. I don't know how much rate it is. 1.25 lakhs. I'll get you this as a gift if you win this challenge. Okay? Anyone willing to participate?
Yes.
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 Okay. I'm telling you very seriously, if you win this challenge from my pocket. Even I don't use iPhones, okay? Even I don't use iPhones. I've never used iPhone. But if you win this challenge, I will get you an iPhone 16 Pro Max, the maximum version you have. Whatever accessories you want, everything I'll get you if you win this challenge. Okay? The challenge is, the challenge is, go to Amazon, show me iPhone, like let's say iPhone 15 or 16, whatever you take. Let's say you take this. Okay, you take this. This is an iPhone. You have to prepare one document, okay? This is your task. If you do this, I'll get you a iPhone. Day 1, 6th January. Okay. Go here. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot along with time. Okay. Along with the time. Paste it here. Okay. So this is, you can see the time also added. So this is the original price. 1 lakh 29,000. Time is there. Date is there. Next, go to the cart. Go to the cart. Add to the cart. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot and add it here. Okay. So this is day 1. Next, go here. Tomorrow you come. Remove and add. Day 3, remove from the cart and add. Day 4, remove from cart and add. So why I'm asking you the screenshots? Because I will not believe you, because you have to share me, right? You will simply said I did it, but I'll not believe. You have to show me the document. So you have to show me this document with the same system that you have done it and you have removed it. So that is why screenshots is necessary for me. You do it for 5 days. The 6th day, if you don't see any change here, instead of minus 19%, they would have given minus 21%. Okay. Or maybe they would have given 1,26,000. Some change will be there after 5 days. Either minus 18, now it's minus 19%, right? Maybe minus 25% may be there. This amount may change, or the EMI options may change, or it could be some 0% EMI, or it could be some credit card offers, 10% offer on the credit card, HDFC credit card, ICICI credit card, some or the other offers they will definitely give you, right? After 5 days, if you don't see any change, any change, you reach out to me. I'll order an iPhone in the class, in front of everyone. I'll order it. Is the challenge accepted? If you don't
Yes.
see any change, 100% I'll give an iPhone as a gift for you.
That means change will be there.
99%, 99.99 change will be there.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So we are not
I
going to
did.
get it.
I did same thing for my phone last month.
This is a 87th batch I'm taking in KSR. I have given this offer, 87 batch people I've given. No one has come back saying that I have done this. You know why? Definitely 100%. there will be a change. You know how confidently I'm telling this? Because I am
That's where system working.
ex-employee of Amazon. So I had worked in Amazon, particularly at a data science level where how the recommendations work. So I'm pretty sure that 100% it will work. Some or the other change will be
I
there.
have a question regarding this.
Yeah.
It's only for the bigger products or it's the smaller one also?
Any product, any product. Maybe if it's a
not
bigger
about your
product,
challenge,
they
just
may
I
not
wanted to
change
check.
the amount, but they may change some other features. Maybe if it's a, imagine that you're ordering something for 5 lakhs. They may not give you a discount directly, but they may give you some options. See, here we don't have a credit card options, right? So you may get a credit card options. Or let's say that you have a cashback. You'll have a 50 cashback, right? Let's make it 100. Or they'll have some specific credit cards. Now this is they're asking RBL bank credit cards, right? If you go here, so they're saying it's a 7.5% instant discount on RBL credit cards. They may give you HDFC credit cards. They may give you ICICI credit cards. Some or the other offer will come, I'm saying. It's not exactly the amount will change. One or the other offer they'll be adding, because what they have done is they have been keep observing with you. You have been actively involved in using the websites, but you're not buying it. So if you're using website and if you're not buying, so what the Amazon will think? Amazon will think that, oh, something is wrong with this guy. Let me give some offers, discounts, cashbacks. Let him provoke him to buy. That is what Amazon is doing. So that is why I said after 5 to 6 days of your activities, you will see some changes. And that changes is because they are actively monitoring your activities. So this is similar to what I've told you, that is OLAP. They manage your activities and then take a call. So that is why the 3-4 days they will observe your activities and then take a decision. So but here they'll not wait even for 1 minute also, because even 1 minute also the transactions can be misused. So there are two type of transaction. One has to be as fast as possible, and one it can take 3-4 days for analysis. So one is called online transactional processing, one is called online analytical processing. I am 100% sure that you'll never forget this topic for rest of your life. Do you agree?
Yes.
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 So this is about OLAP and OLTP. Just remember as your ATM transaction, and just remember like the example which I have given you, iPhone. You will never forget because I've already given you a challenge. So this two type of transaction is what is happening in the real time. And you know what? You can do this with the help of SQL. You can do this with the help of SQL. So SQL can be used for both, right? SQL can be used for both, but there is no other technology other than SQL to have this OLTP. There is no other technology in this universe, on this planet, which can be much faster than SQL. There is nothing so far. And that is why even after 55 years, this is in demand. Are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you one statement. Listen carefully, okay? Can cat, I'm talking about cat, okay? Cat. Can cat match the speed of cheetah?
No.
Oh.
See, listen to my statements very carefully because I always play with my words. Okay, listen to my words very carefully. Can cat match the speed of cheetah?
No.
Yeah, maybe
Confident. I need a
true.
confident answer.
Yeah,
Not the
maybe
max
cat
speed.
cannot run with cheetah, but the
No,
reaction
never
speed much
possible.
more for the
Never
cat.
possible, right? Very simple.
If
Never
cheetah
possible.
is slow, then
See,
yeah.
try to understand my question. Can cat match the speed of cheetah?
No.
No. Very good. Second question. Can cheetah match the speed of cat?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Can
No, not
cheetah
possible.
match the speed
No.
of cat?
No, not possible.
Yes.
Yes. The
Yes.
reason
Yes.
is if cheetah is walking very slowly, it can match the speed of cat. Right? The reverse is not possible. Your cat can never match the speed of cheetah, but cheetah can match the speed of cat. So that is why your SQL can be used to have a fast processing. Your SQL can be used for having a slow processing also. SQL can be used both. But if cheetah is walking as slow as cat, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, right? Because cheetah is always known for its speed. If it is walking like very small steps like a cat, doesn't make sense. It loses its features. So for online analytical processing, SQL can also be done, but more than SQL, we also have other systems. We have other systems, right? So your SQL can be used for both, but mostly I will be using for this one only because that is where it is known for. Your SQL is known for its fast. The SQL is known for its fast. The fastest online transactional processing. Why no other technology can be used? Because no other technology can match the speed of SQL. So always the first preference for any online transactional processing, we will be going with SQL. And that is why even today, 55% of all the projects, clients, different companies are still using SQL. Are we good? Yes?
Yes.
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 So we have completed this part. We'll stop here. We'll continue this tomorrow. Are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions?
Yes.
Any questions? Okay. So with that, I'll show you a syllabus that what we are going to cover as part of this course. Okay. It's not formatted, but our team is working on the formatting part. So this is what the course that we will be covering. Okay. So we'll be covering SQL. You will get it a well formatted version by next 1 or 2 days. So we'll be covering SQL, we'll be covering Python, we'll be covering big data, and big data will be covering Hadoop, Hive, Spark, PySpark. And these are all the cloud services, Azure, AWS, GCP, and we will also try to compensate with CI/CD pipelines. So these are all the subjects. So today we have covered this introduction to SQL. So tomorrow we'll be covering this the basics. We will be following the complete syllabus here. So we'll be learning one database called MySQL, then installation, then all of this basic commands. So we'll be learning common table expression, window functions, views, indexes, PL SQL. We'll be doing some assignments in SQL use case we will see. Then we will be entering into Python. So Python, again, introduction to Python, history, like installation, everything we will be seeing. After that, we'll be going to a big data. So in big data, before even we learning about Spark, we'll be focusing on Hadoop first, Hadoop architecture 1.x, 2.x, then we'll go to Spark, then we'll be installing a PySpark, and then comes the cloud. So 90% all of syllabus we will be covering in Azure. So Azure, you will see a lot of concepts covered. Azure introduction, Azure services, storage, Azure SQL database, Azure data factory. Data factory extensively we'll be learning on components, pipelines, everything. Then we'll be focusing on Cosmos DB, Logic Apps, Key Vaults. Databricks is something which is very important, where we'll be covering notebooks, components, jobs, clusters, and we'll be integrating with it. Delta tables, Delta lakes, everything we'll be covering. And then followed by AWS and GCP. As I said, AWS and GCP, just to give a glimpse like what the companies are looking for, that minimum services will be required. So we'll be focusing on AWS and GCP as a quite important services that we'll be learning. And finally, CI/CD pipelines. So totally, it comes around 25, 25, 25, 90, and 15. So we will be able to have all of this. And apart from this, you will have a resume preparation. One-to-one support will be given for every single person. We will help you. We will be giving you interview guidance, how you need to prepare for the interview, what are the sites, what are the interview questions, what are the scenario based questions, everything we will be walking through you. And we will be conducting mock interviews. Unless and until you clear a mock interview, you can keep on taking the mock interviews with us. We also have developing our own application where which can ask mock, because I cannot be part of every interview, right? So we are building one like our own product where you will be directly taking the mock interviews with our experts. You can schedule the meetings with our mentors, you can do it. And also mock interview with the AI, we can take AI will ask you questions, all this. And apart from that, Saturday and Sunday we are not going to leave you free. We'll be giving some coding examples, coding assignments, interview questions. We'll have some guest lectures. And apart from this, this is really required if you are working in a real-time projects, how to work with agile methodology and how to work with Git. That also will be covered as part of a special classes. So this will be the complete syllabus. I'll not share it with you right away, but we are in the process of creating a brochure. So once we create a brochure, I will be sharing this with you. So with that, you'll be able to take a call on this. Okay. So this is about the course. So today we have completed 3 days. So 3 days free session is completed. Today is a third day. Okay. So another 2 days you will get free. Another 2 days you will get free. And from Thursday, it will be only paid. So how to pay it? We can directly reach out to our team. Our team is available here over our website. I'll show you the details for our reaching out to our team. So first log into our datavision.com. Okay. So you can go here. You can go to a contact us. If you are in Bangalore, please visit our office where you will have all the experts there. So you can talk to our team. You can take a decision or you can send a chat. So we work from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you can call this during this time. And this is the phone numbers. You can reach out to our team. I think there is a slightly small change, 785-796. There is a small change. So you have two numbers. So reach out to our team. And if you are like logging for the first time, please sign up. And it will ask your email ID, authentication, everything. And if you already are a member, please log in with that. So imagine that this is my student account. I'm logging to my student account. As a student, if you log in, this is what you will see. Okay. And please go to explore courses. In the explore courses, if you go to a free course, this is what you will see. Okay. This is the cloud data engineer. So this is something as a free. Just log into this. Okay. This is the first time if you're doing, buy now. And you'll be given a 5 days free access. See here, go to a class recording and you'll see this is the 2nd January we started and 3rd we again conducted, and this is a live class which is still going on. Okay, this is a live class. So once you have gone through, you can always go and watch the recording. So this is the one which we have covered in the last class. In the last class, I was talking about the roadmap and I was talking this, right? So recording will be there. You can adjust your quality depending on your internet speed. And if you're listening for the first time, you can always go with the 1x times fast also. So every recording, what we teach, every single class will be recorded. Okay. So every single class will be recorded and you will also see the brochure attached. Maybe by tomorrow we'll be attaching. We already have a draft. So if you really want this draft, I can share it with you. But the actual documentation will be shared in a couple of days. And about this, as I said, you will be able to attend the first 5 free classes here. And after that, if you have to pay, you have to go here, go to the paid session and Azure Data Engineering. Mahesh, you're there? Mahesh, you're there? Okay. So maybe we will be adding another course where directly you can go and pay. So here it will be showing the amount. For example, this is an old batch, but still I'm showing you. So this is a September's batch, but this is only one cloud. So since we are covering cloud now, 2 clouds, you will have an added fees. But if you want to buy this, if you can go by here, it will ask you the card details and you can pay it. So this is not your course actually. Your course will be shown here, but it is not added because we are still in the free sessions, right? So you will be seeing here as a new course where you can go and buy directly. If you want to buy directly from the app, or if you want to contact us, you can always reach out to our team. Our team can help you in payment and related questions. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, Santosh.
It's clear, Santosh.
Any other questions?
Hello, Santosh.
Yeah,
Hello.
tell me.
Yeah, Santosh, in the brochure, you have completely mentioned for cloud as a 19 hours, right? So in that, what would be the maximum hours you are going to cover on Azure and GCP and AWS separately?
90 hours on these 3 clouds, where 60 to 65 hours only on Azure. So AWS and GCP, it will be like covered for 7 to 10 days.
Okay, got it.
Majority, as I said, see, you will see the concepts also. In Azure, we are covering Azure services, introduction, Azure storages, Azure SQL databases, Azure Data Factory, Cosmos, Logic Apps, Keywords, Databricks, Delta Tables, Synapses, IoT Hub streaming, end-to-end project. We'll be doing one project on healthcare. We'll be doing one project on retail. Apart from that, SQL assignment we'll be doing one project, mini project we'll be doing in Python. One project again we'll be doing it in PySpark. So all of this we'll be doing mainly on Azure. Apart from that, AWS and GCP and CI/CD pipelines are the additional 3 topics that we have added for this particular batch.
Santosh, Microsoft is providing for 30 days free trial for Azure, right? Can we cover all this by practicing within 30 days, Santosh? Or
Sorry, what?
no, Microsoft is providing the free access for Azure for 30 days of free trial, right?
See, I will not cover within 30 days. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you how you can manage it. Okay.
Okay.
So with this Azure, with the free account, what they give for 30 days, what are the things that you can learn in 30 days? What are the things that you have to look for it? I'll be telling you. I'll be telling you how to create a free account. And I will also tell you how to create multiple accounts also. So all this I'll be explaining when we come to cloud.
Even if we go for some paid billing, it will be very less, right?
Yes, yes. I'll be telling that. It will not charge more than 1,000 if you are following whatever I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is not a free class. This is still a regular class. So guys who are saying this as a free class, the same way I'll be explaining all the 100 days, right? So the actual topic that we have covered today is this one, Introduction to SQL. So tomorrow we'll be picking out one popular database. If you want, I can even show that. So next we will be taking a popular database. So popular database, we will see which are the database that is available. And with this, we'll pick one for our practice purpose. So that's what we will be our next topic. So everything we will follow as per our syllabus.
Santosh, myself,
uh,
Sushma. Yeah, I have a question. Is it benefit only going on live sessions, or whatever the session? If I wanna buy, as you show, we can buy any session, right? Whatever the session has been finished, can I go ahead and buy for that?
Okay,
If
I'll
I
give you an
want like
example.
crash course.
I'll give an example. Okay. Can you tell me what experience you get while you watch a movie in theater and watch while you're at home and just looking at the OTT platform? What is the difference you see?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to explain me. I got it, but uh, no, I wanted to buy. If how does it works? Like if I buy the old one, how does the mock sessions, assignments, how
See,
does that
everything will be
follows? I
same.
want.
Everything will be same. If you're buying a older batch videos, you will
Mm-hmm.
not find GCP and AWS as well as CI/CD
Okay.
pipelines because this is the freshly added to this batch. Till
Okay.
last year, it was actually Azure data engineering. If you see here, right? If you see here, it is Azure data engineering. But this course, we have specifically managed as cloud data engineer, where you can learn 3. If you're going with any old batch sessions or if you're buying any recordings, you will not find this. But that's completely okay. You can still get Azure. So Azure will still okay. But the questions will be is, you will get all this support, right? You'll get all this resume preparation, interview guidance, mock interviews, guest lectures, get agile, everything you'll get. The only question is, you will not be able to ask me question lively. For example, today I was explaining OLAP and OLTP. In between, you can stop me. In between, you can ask me, can you give a better example? Can you show me another way? You can ask. But if you're going with the recorded sessions, you may not get that. That's the one
I can pose the
disadvantage.
question, right? I can drop an email
Yeah,
regarding my
you can
question.
drop an email, you can text it in our group, you will get it. The only thing
Okay.
is the live interaction with you are having now, you may not get that. That's all.
Okay.
And even this type of questions is also getting recorded. So even if someone is asking questions, that questions also will be getting recorded. Nothing you will miss. In a recording sessions, nothing you will miss. The only thing is that live interaction you will not have. And one more thing is, you will lose the concentration if you are watching it offline. Like 5 minutes you will watch, you'll take a break, you'll do something again, you'll come back. This is what personally I have got a feedback. You lose focus and concentration if you're going offline. So today, the last 1.5 hours, you were sitting, you're focusing, you understood what is OLAP and OLTP. In between, if you're watching it's as simple as you're watching a web series. Are you going to watch everything at beginning? No, you will give some breaks. So that breaks will give a discontinued and you will lose the focus. That is personal suggestion if you're going with recordings.
Yeah. Of course, but I feel like session is little lag. That's the reason I just wanted to make sure if
Yeah,
it is
you can go
lag.
for it. We are not at all stopping you. If you feel
Yeah.
like it's lag, go for it. Because I have told you clearly, even if you're a CEO of the company, this is how we teach. Because we focus everything, like right from a person who's coming from a rural area, who doesn't even know anything, we teach in that basis.
Yeah,
So we want
I
to
100% appreciate your efforts because you are teaching in a very from the zero level who can recently graduate can also learn without knowing any terminology. I agree for that. Like because I need like because I'm attending the interviews, but I need like little faster. So I need to sit for 5 to 10 hours. So that's the reason I'm just wanted to make sure.
you're completely, you're flexible in doing that. Go talk to our Mahesh. He can
Okay.
guide you better. But in class, this is how it goes. Okay, if you're looking for a fast phase, if you can't wait for 4.5 months, there are a lot of other things that you can do. You can get options from our team. But in class, everything will be from scratch.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. And I greatly appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hi, Santosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chandana here.
Hmm.
So, how this OLAP processing system and OLTP systems can be integrated, and how we can utilize the capabilities of OLAP in order to extract this transactional data?
Sorry, can you rephrase your question? How we can we?
How we can use these OLAP capabilities in order to extract the OLTP data?
That's what.
OL
That's what we are going to do from tomorrow, right? We are going to first install it, then we have to start writing code, then we'll be writing queries to process it, then we'll be aggregating it. That's what we are going to do. So you will see that in the next coming 1 week.
Okay, so I will understand this process, right? So how we are using the capabilities from OLAP in order to use all the in
Yes.
order to extract the transactional systems, right?
Yes.
Sure. Yep. Thank you.
Hi, Santosh.
Yeah.
This
Go
is
ahead.
Uday. So in CI/CD pipeline, will you cover anything like DevOps related things and all like?
See, DevOps is another ocean. Okay, we will not cover complete DevOps. What is required as a data engineer, what type of pipeline you have to build, only that will be covered. There is another complete course called DevOps Engineer where he'll teach for 3 to 4 months. That 3 to 4 months topic I cannot bring it here, right? So for our pipeline, what help we need on a CI/CD, that we will be explaining here.
So in Azure, we can you will cover like a three on hand set, like CI/CD, Azure.
Sorry, what? CI/CD?
like pipelines creation and all, like you will cover like 3 pipelines or like how it will be?
The
Like
3 projects we
three
are doing. Okay, so
3
total 3
projects.
projects we'll be doing. One is like mini project. One is completely 2 full stack projects we'll be doing. One with AWS, one with Azure Databricks and one with Azure Data Factory. These 2 projects we'll do. In that one project we'll pick and we'll build a one pipeline that will be CI/CD pipeline.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So Santosh,
Yeah.
so you meant to say like if I'm the person who is taking Azure data engineering course by excluding AWS and GCP, still I can able to leverage the functionality of CI/CD pipelines, right?
You,
Like
you will get CI/CD also. You will get CI/CD. The only one thing which you will miss out is AWS and
AWS and
GCP.
GCP.
That's completely fine. We can still go with Azure Data Engineering with CI/CD knowledge. You will still get job.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
This cloud
Just
engineer
for
is
different
mainly focused for the guys who are from outside India, because outside India, a lot of people are asking, especially US people, right? Everyone is asking, you need all 3 cloud services. You need to know GCP, you need to know AWS, you need to know Azure. So that's the reason we have clubbed it. But if you are okay with one cloud, if you can focus it, go for it. But CI/CD also will be covered. Only thing which will miss out is GCP and AWS services. That's all.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so with all that, we'll meet tomorrow again at 8 o'clock. So
Yeah,
thank you
Santosh,
all.
one last question.
Yeah.
Are we not covering Snowflake in this batch?
Snowflake, this is not the course. There is another course with AWS with Snowflake. There we are covering. Here we are only focusing on 3 clouds.
Yeah. Okay, Santosh.
Okay, thank you all. Have a great week. We'll meet tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thank you.